YouTube, what's up? King the Barber here, back with another video. So I'm just changing up the scene a little bit. I'm doing my morning hike. I love to do once a week. Just start the week off right. Clearing the mind, body, and soul is just so good to rejuvenate yourself. I highly recommend you guys doing that. I also love fitness as well. So if you guys follow me on Kingmelifestyles on Instagram, you see that every morning I'm just getting up and just doing some physical activities, going to the gym or whatever it is. But I definitely love to start off the week just doing my morning runs, just loving nature, just being out here is just so great for you guys. So if you can, I highly recommend you guys doing that. But today's video, guys, is gonna be another skin fade. We didn't do much to the top, but I also lined up the beard as well. So you guys get a little bit of that. I'm gonna do more in detail of a shave because I just love doing shaves. That's probably one of my favorite things to do as far as being a barber. I want you guys to check that video out. Please, guys, like, subscribe, and comment on the video. I really appreciate you guys' support and help to grow this channel as well. So you guys get on that. And again, follow me on Instagram at Kingmelifestyles. Without further ado, let's just get to this video. Thank you guys again for tuning in. So we're gonna start this haircut by taking down the bulk so I can have more of a clear canvas. So when I start my guidelines, I'm able to see what I'm doing. I'm using the 000 metal guard along with a 2 plastic guard. I like using this combination because it's a lot stronger and it won't snag, it won't pull. Now it's time to switch up blades. I'm using my Andis outliner blade. It's a great blade to use for balding. I know some barbers like to use their balding clippers or their trimmers, but for me, I like to make things a lot easier. If I can use one clipper to do everything, it will be my octanes. But I am kind of curving the first guideline to the shape of the head as always. I don't like to make it too straight of a line. Now I have the wall shaver, and what I'm doing is I'm creating that skin line. I used to do my fades and then use my shaver at the end, but then I find myself using more time because I end up creating like another line and I got to get that out. So for me, it's easier to just kind of get it all done in the beginning. So I'll just take my shaver, I create that skin line, and I make sure I don't go all the way up to that first initial line. You want to leave just a little space so when you take your trimmer, you can blend it out. I'm using my trimmers to take out that skin line. I know I do not like to use my trimmers to create guidelines, but I will use my trimmers to get out the skin line. For me, it just works the best when I do it that way. And as you can see, I'm just pulling down the skin and I'm just taking that line out. So I'm switching up blades again. I'm using my 0A blade and I'm creating another guideline. I'm going up just a ½ inch, and I'm also following the same curvature of the head as the original guideline as well. Now with the 1A blade, I'm going up another ½ inch, just creating the same kind of guidelines again, following the same curvature of the head and the same pattern. And notice wherever you stop with that 1A blade is where the darkest part of your blend is going to be. So it's just a little trick to control how high and low you want your fade to be. So now switching up the clippers, I'm using my Wall Magic clips with the 1.5 guard. I love using these clippers to do my down fading with. They're very light. I use my octane to set my guidelines, and then I use these clippers to blend out. That's pretty much my routine. And so I'm just kind of going over and over it to take out the line as much as I can from the two. Magic clip, I'm continuing to blend down. I'm using my plastic one guard, and what I'm doing is trying to lighten up the line as much as I can. And also, if you have to open up the lever as well, you can do so, because sometimes I might miss a spot with the 1.5 plastic guard. So I'll open up the lever, and I'll also use the corners of the blade as well. So those are little tricks that you have to do to kind of continue blending down without making any harsh lines that you got to take out later. And sometimes you might miss some spots, but that's why you have the lever open and closed, just for those spots that you might have missed. But you got to use that corner of the blade so you don't create any more line. So to take out the 1A guideline that I created, I'm using my brand new clippers called the Almor. These clippers are brand new. I'm just getting used to using these clippers, but I do have the lever open. And with the lever open, I'm using the corner of the blades to flick out that guideline that I created. And these clippers are pretty cool, actually. They're very similar to the Magic Clip as well. So if you're used to those Magic Clips, then these clippers are pretty much the same. Continuing to blend down, I'm using the clipper close. And what this does is take out the 0A from the ball guideline that I created earlier. I'm also pulling the skin down. I'm using the corner of the blade, whatever you have to do to get that line out. But also don't go too high, because you don't want to create any more guidelines that you have to get out later. Because then you will have to kind of go back and then use the one plastic guard close if you make any more mistakes. So just make sure that you flick out in a C motion. Continuing to fade, I'm using the clipper over comb technique. This technique is so important because it helps blend everything from the 1A to the 2. And also takes out the bulk of the hair as well, so you can get that even blend. It's just a very important tool to use for that detailing work and just smoothing the blend out. Another technique that I like to use for detailing is my taper comb and also my shears. I just kind of go over any of the dark spots I see. Prepping for my lineup, I'm using the spritz spray. Basically, it's a holding spray. I like to use it to hold the hair down so I can get more of a cleaner, sharper line. The best way to start the lineup is to start on the highest part of the hairline. So whatever side is highest, you have to line up that side first and then work your way to the lowest part of the hairline. It's a lot easier to match up when you do it that way. When lining up the beard, you want to make sure that you talk to your client about what kind of shape that they want. Some clients like it to be round looking, some also like it to be square looking. So it's very important that you have that conversation with them first to figure out the shape that they want.
Beats by King.
I like to set my lines first with the trimmers, and then I go over it to sharpen up the lines with my razor. And as you can see, I am pulling and stretching the skin to make sure that I don't cut the customer as well. So don't be afraid, pull the skin. And this is the finished product that we have. Again, I'd like to thank you guys for tuning in, watching this video. I truly appreciate you guys. Also, please like, subscribe to the channel. Help me grow this thing. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Until then, stay blessed.